Okay, good morning, everyone. This is again your teacher for today, Teacher Shelley. Today is Wednesday, and we are now with our week 15, day 2. So, previously, from our 2-week lessons, we discussed about practical words that are commonly used on board the ship. So, as discussed before, that there's a lot of words, okay? And I hope everyone had a back track of it. You had watched the videos. So, in order for everyone to participate for today's lesson. But actually more on we are going to discuss about uh actually it's not a discussion, it's going to be a series of activities. Okay, this is just a test for everyone to know if you pick up something from the previous lessons. Okay, so in a while we will start with our short activity. Oh, no, this is not a short activity, this is a series of activities. Okay, so uh we'll start in a while. All right, so yes, good. Welcome, everyone. Okay, so this is still a practical application of words commonly used on board the ship. Okay, yes, so we'll start right away with our activity number 1. Okay, can you still recall what does watch out indicate? Okay, so try to recall the words you've learned from our 2-week discussion. So for number 1, we have this word watch out. Okay, whenever you will hear this word or these words, watch out. So what do you think is the meaning of this if you hear this on board? So let's say, for example, your senior officer will say, okay, uh, wait, cadet, watch out. Let's say, for example, he will say that. Okay. So, what do you think is the meaning of this? Is it A, a change in direction? Or B, it is an urgent warning of danger? Or C, this is a request for information? And for letter D, this is an order for you to stop. So, what do you think the watch out indicate? Mhm. I can hear, I can't hear your voice, but the correct answer for this is yes, letter B. Because this is an urgent, meaning this is an immediate warning. Okay, a sudden warning of danger. Okay, so everyone, whenever you hear this, watch out. Okay, that means there's an urgent warning of danger. This is a precautionary warning. Okay? There's something wrong, where there's something uh, danger ahead. Okay? So, watch out, meaning there's an urgent warning of danger. Okay? So, for number 2, okay, what does go ahead mean? Okay, go ahead. Okay, if you hear this, is it A, you stop the ship? Okay, and B, you will reverse the direction or you will change the direction. If you are going forward, you will reverse the direction, you're going backwards. So that's what reverse means. And letter C, you will proceed forward. Okay? Or you will move forward. And for letter D, it says turn to the side. So, if you happen to hear, go ahead. So, what is the meaning of this? Is it A, B, C, or D? Okay, let's see. Of course, it's you have to proceed forward. Okay, so whenever you hear this, go ahead. Okay, you proceed forward. You don't have to stop. Okay? You don't have to reverse the direction. You don't have to turn to the side, but you have to proceed forward. Whenever you hear your senior officers will say, go ahead. Okay? Right. That's the second word for everyone to remember. The other one is watch out. And now we have go ahead. Okay. So, all right. It says here, what does come astern mean? Okay. Come astern. Do you need to stop the ship? B. Do you have to move backward? Oh, so for letter C, this is not the answer, right? Because we're not proceeding forward. Because this means is what? Yes, it's go ahead. So, and for letter D, turn to the side. Okay. So, what do you think is the correct answer whenever you hear the word come astern? Okay? Come astern. Is it A, B, C, or D? So, the correct answer is right away you can say this word, proceed forward. No, definitely that's not the correct answer. So you only have three choices. Is it to stop the ship? Is it to move backward? Or turn to the side? So, I bet you know now the answer. It's letter. Yes, you have to move backward whenever you hear come astern. Okay? So now you already have three words. Okay? The first one is what? Let's check. Watch out. The other one is go ahead, which means to move forward. And the third one is come astern, move backward. Okay? So, come astern, move backward. Okay? The other one, proceed forward, go ahead. Okay. So, we have three. And here. What does secure the cargo mean? Okay? Oh, you already have the answer. Okay, okay. Anyways, the correct answer is letter B. Okay, you have to secure the cargo. So, meaning make sure the cargo is safely fastened, or you will make sure that it's fixed, okay, and cannot be detached, okay, or move. So, meaning secure the cargo, it's to make sure it is safely fastened, okay? It's not movable, or it's not detached from the fixed position. Okay, because whenever there is bad weather condition that the vessel will encounter, okay, everyone is safe. The crew, the cargo, and the ship, of course. Okay, that's why you have to secure the cargo for everyone's safety. Okay, secure the cargo. Okay, for number 5. Okay, it says here that when would you hear the command prepare to moor? So when do you usually hear this command from the senior officer or from the captain, or so who whenever whoever is the officer on duty, okay, but usually it's the captain, it's the master. So whenever you hear this word or the command, okay, prepare to moor, meaning, is it A, when the ship is leaving the port, okay, B, when the ship is about to anchor, okay, letter C, when the ship is getting ready to dock, okay, and letter D, when the ship is in an open area or open sea. So, what do you think is the best answer for this? Whenever you hear the command, prepare to moor. A, B, C, or D? Okay? Of course. The reason why it says prepare to moor, you are getting ready. Okay? That's why you're preparing. Okay? To dock, of course. Okay? You are approaching the port. You are getting ready to dock. So, you can always hear this command. Prepare to moor. Okay? So, it's not because the ship is leaving the port. It's not because you're about to anchor. And it's not because you are in an open sea. But you will be getting ready to dock. Prepare to moor. Getting ready to dock. All right, we have 5 words already. Okay. For, all right. Okay, we will just continue. Okay. This is a container type of vessel. As I promised, by the way, everyone before, from our last discussion last Monday for our week 15-day one, I mentioned different, or I think it was 5 types of vessels. And this one is one of them, the container. And I promised you that I will discuss more about the types of vessels to for our week 15, for our week 17. okay, on our 17th week, I will discuss this type of vessels, okay? So you can have more ideas, more understanding about it, okay? So for now, we will just continue with our activities, okay? For activity number 2, okay, it says here that we have to choose the best answer for each question. Okay, another for our second activity. It says here, when or what does the command all hands on deck mean? So, what do you think, guys? What is the correct answer for this? Or what is the meaning of this? All hands on deck. So, is it A, everyone except the captain should go to the deck? Or B, all available crew members should go to the deck? Or letter C, only the officers should go to the deck? And for letter D, the deck is fully occupied. Okay. The reason why the instruction is choose the best answer because there's one, mm, I can see two or three answers that are closely um, of the same meaning. But because it says choose the best answer, okay? What do you think is the meaning of whenever you hear the command all hands on deck? Uh, this is usually announced over the radio or over the PA, the public announcement. All hands on deck. Okay? The PA, this is announced through the public, through a public announcement, through PA. Okay? So, what do you think? Is it A, B, C, or D? Is the correct answer for all hands on deck? Again, I will read. Everyone except the captain should go to the deck. Or B, all available crew members should go to the deck. Or C, only the officers should go to the deck. And D, the deck is fully occupied. So, what do you think? Of course, all available crew members should go to the deck. That is the correct answer. Whenever you hear the command, all hands on deck. All available crew, okay, should go to the deck. Okay. All right. So, there is also a word that you can commonly hear whenever you are on board. It's assure. As you were. Okay? Assure. Okay? So A, you will continue with your task. Okay? And B, you stop immediately. Or C, you disregard the previous command. And D, you will just turn around and leave. Okay? So whenever you hear assure, what do you think is the correct answer? All right. You disregard the previous command. For example, the bosun will say cadet or the ordinary seafarer. Okay, Mr. Park, you go to the level 2 deck, okay, for the pure car carrier. Okay, and bring this 1 gallon of paint. And he said this command, assure. So, what will you do? Okay, you have to disregard that command of the boson. Okay? You just disregard that. Maybe it's not for that level for you to bring that 1 gallon of paint. Maybe he wants it to be uh, on the level 5. Okay? That's the reason why he said assure. Okay? Is it clear, or is it is everyone confused about the word assure? Okay. Uh, uh, for a simple meaning of this is that whenever you hear this command, you just ignore the previous command, or you just, yeah, disregard. Okay, don't mind about the previous command whenever you hear this assure. Okay, and wait for the next instruction. You just wait for the next instruction. Okay, assure, disregard the previous command. Okay. Oh, it says here that, what does belay that mean? Is it A, you have to repeat the order? B, you will cancel the previous instruction. And letter C, carry on. And for letter D, you will secure the line. Okay? I know I already mentioned carry on. I'm not so sure if we already discussed about the carry on. But for letter B, to cancel the previous instruction, it's this one, assure. So, definitely, letter B is not the correct answer, right? Okay. So, you only have three choices, the A, C, and D. So, whenever you hear belay that this command, which one is correct? A, C, or D? Yes. Oh, belay that. Cancel the previous instructions. It's just almost the same for assure. Okay? So, with this, assure and belay that is almost the same. You will cancel the previous instruction, and this one you will disregard. Okay, okay. Let me clarify this. I'm sorry for the misunderstanding of this. Okay, whenever you hear this command, assure, okay? For example, I'm the one instructing this to the cadet. Assure, cadet. So, the cadet will just disregard the previous command. Okay? But, for the belay that, okay, I myself cancel the previous instruction. So, there's almost the same meaning. Okay? For the assure and for the belay that. Okay? Alright. So, for number 4, it says, what does steady as she goes mean? Okay, why she? Since we don't see any female here. Okay, but because the vessels are considered she. Okay, so steady as she goes mean. What does it mean? Is it A, increase the speed? Okay. B, you will maintain the current course. Let's say, for example, you are heading to Port of Nagoya and you maintain this 16 knots speed. Okay? So, all throughout for a day, you did not increase the speed for 16 knots only. So, that's what maintain the current course. Okay? Maintain. You did not increase, you did not decrease anything. You just maintain it. And for letter C, you change the course. You change the way. Okay? And letter D, prepare for rough sea. Oh, there is a storm coming. That's why the command is prepare for rough sea. So you have to secure your cargo. So, the question, what does steady as she goes mean? A, B, C, or D? Of course, you have to maintain, excuse me, the current course. Maintain steady. Okay? Maintain and steady. No changes made. Okay? Steady. All right. So, number 5. Okay. What does finished with engines mean? Finished with engines. Okay? You can hear this. Okay? Finished with engines. Okay. Is it A, the engines have stopped working? Okay, you already have an idea. The engine room is very hot. C, the engineers have completed their work. And for letter D, the engine room has completed the required maneuvers. So, from the word itself, finished. Okay. So, finished with engines. What is the closest or what is the best answer? Is it A, B, C, or D? Finished with engines. I'm done. So, what do you think? Letter? Of course, it's letter D. Why? Finished, meaning you're done. Okay? So you have this completed the required maneuvers. You're done. So it's complete. So you're finished. Right? Mm. So that is the correct answer. Since engine, we are talking about engine, this is true. The engineers have completed their work. But we are talking about engines. So the one working with the engines are the engineers. But since the question is, what does finished with engines mean? So we will answer this one. The engine room has completed the required maneuvers. All right? Okay. Mhm. What does gangway mean? Okay. Is it a party is starting? Oh, wow. B, you have to clear the way. C, you have to lower the gangway. And D, you prepare to disembark. So, whenever you hear gangway, what does it mean? Is there a party? Or do you have to clear the way? or lower the gangway, or prepare to disembark? What is the correct answer for this? Yes, you have to clear the way. Okay? So whenever you hear this, you have to clear the way. Okay? It's not a party. All right? Okay. Okay. What does heave around mean? Heave around. Do you need to lift the anchor? Do you need to turn a winch or capstan? You will throw a rope or you will clean the deck. Heave around. So what is heave around? It's you have to turn a winch or capstan. Okay? So let me just clarify what is a winch. Okay? It says the answer is turn a winch or a capstan. A winch, this is a mechanical device. Okay? Okay. That is, it says here that this is used to pull in, or let out a rope. Not just the rope, but a wire, a cable, and it says also that it typically consists of a drum around which the rope or cable or the wire is wound and a crank or motor to turn the drum. Okay. Now, this is a device. The winch is the device. Okay, for the rope, for the cable, and for the wire. All right. Now, this windlass, okay, is a specialized type of winch. Okay, so windlass is also a winch or a capstan. Okay, but this is used, the windlass is used to raise or lower the anchors. Okay, like for heavy loads also. Okay, and it says that a specific requirements of anchor handling. So the one using this one may should have a special skill, okay, to handle this one. The difference between the winch and the windlass, both are devices. Okay? Winch is used for lighter load, like rope, small cables, and wire only. But for the windlass, since this is a special type of winch, this one is used to raise, okay, and lower the anchor on a ship. Could you just imagine how heavy the loads or how heavy the anchor is? So that is why a special type of winch, which is the windlass, is used. Okay? So winch for lighter type of material like rope, small cables, and wire. But for the windlass, used for, since this is a specialized type of winch, this is used for heavy loads like anchor. Alright? So is it clear? Why heave around mean is turn a winch or capstan. Okay? Not for heavy loads. Only for lighter type of load. Okay? So, Did you understand what's the difference between a winch or capstan and a windlass? Simple. Winch for lighter load. Windlass for heavy loads, like anchor. Okay? Alright. It says here, what does lash down mean? Lash down. Is it A, to go to a lower deck? B, to secure something with ropes and chains? C, to release the tension on a rope? And D, to climb the mast? Mast is the one, is a material wherein the flag of the vessel is placed. Okay? Mast. So, what does lash down mean? A, B, C, or D? This is usually instructed, okay, before leaving the port. Okay? All the cargo should be lashed down. And the chief officer should check for this one, or the bosun. If, okay, I already mentioned I almost mentioned the correct answer for this. Anyways, it's letter B. Whenever you hear this, lash down, you have to secure all your cargo with ropes or chain, or for the, what kind of material is that? Um, you have to secure those cargo, because whenever you encounter a storm or a bad weather condition, even just for a swell that is really bad, you have to secure the cargo for, again and again and again, the safety of the crew, the safety of the cargo, and for the safety of the ship. So you have to be careful. You have to secure all your cargo. Lash down. Okay? Always, everyone, whenever you go on board, your number one goal is the safety of everyone, including your cargo and for the vessel. Okay? Oh, rendezvous. What does rendezvous mean? Is it A, you will inspect the vessel? B, to abandon the ship? Or C, to meet a specific location? And D, to communicate by radio? Is it? Yes, letter C, to meet at a specific location. Okay? This is not really a common word, but it's important. Okay? And yes, another very important word that everyone should know: Mayday. Mayday. Okay? What does Mayday mean? I hope you can not hear this one while you are all on board. Okay. Is it a safety warning? Is it B, is it a call for assistance? C, it is an urgent message. And D, an international distress call. So, all of these are related with each other. But since the instruction is choose the best answer, so everyone, what is the best answer for the word Mayday? It is A, B, C, or D. So what do you think? Yes, this is an international distress call. International emergency call. Okay? Okay. Call for assistance. Yes, this could be a correct answer. This could be an urgent message, but since we were instructed to choose the best answer, it's going to be letter D, an international distress call. Okay? That's what Mayday mean. Okay? So, I hope everyone will not hear that word while on board because it's an international emergency call. Mm, we have we have activity 3. All right. Yes, on the picture you can see this. This is an tank. This is a tanker, oil or gas. This one is the heavy load, heavy, okay, heavy type of vessel, or they are you called as HTV. Okay, for the oil tanker, as mentioned before, this is also known as the petroleum tanker. Okay, this one is a specialized ship. Okay, designed for bulk transport. This one, bulk transport of oil products or gas products. Okay, and this is also very important type of vessel for the global energy supply. Okay, because by transporting a crude oil from one extraction point, and then you will bring that product, crude oil product, to the refineries. Okay, and then the refineries will instruct, or these products are brought or transported for the consumer, for the market, or for us. Yes. Okay, that's why it's also an important type of vessel, this one. So this one is the heavy transport vessel. It's called a heavy transport vessel. Why? uh, Actually, all of the ship are specialized type of ship that is designed to move, like for this example, for the petroleum tanker, and this one is for exceptionally large or heavy. Okay, or like a non-standardized cargo that cannot be transported by a conventional cargo ship like this one. Okay, that's why it's called a heavy transport vessel. And this one also has a crucial role so in the various industries all over the world. This includes like the offshore energy, okay, and for the construction materials and for shipbuilding. Yeah, you use this one. You use this type of ship, this one, for heavy. Like there are types also of heavy transport vessels like the submersible. I don't know if you were able to hear that uh, kind of vessel, the submersible vessel. Anyways, for our uh, 17th week, I will discuss more about that, about this type of vessels as promised. Okay. And for the third picture, this one, this is a container vessel, actually. This is also a specialized type of ship that is designed to transport goods for international containers. Okay. Um or like intermodal containers. This is actually the backbone of global trade. Okay, to have an efficient transportation or transfer of goods from one ship to another, from a to the truck, from the port, then it will be transported by this type of vessel, the products, and then it will be transferred to the trucks. So it's more efficient, or there's a smooth transfer of products because it is all the products are placed in a container like this. That's why it's called container type of vessel. Okay. So now, sorry for the interruption about our activity, but I just want to clarify about the pictures here. So let's continue with our activity number 3. All right. Again, it says that you have to choose the best answer. Okay. For number 1, what does master mean? So is it a you will gather uh, in a specific location? You will clean the deck? You will inspect the cargo? Or you will prepare for departure? What is the best or answer for the word master? Yes, you have to clean the deck. Okay? So whenever you hear this word, master, you have to clean the deck. Okay? You will not inspect the cargo. You will not prepare for the departure. And you will not gather in a specific occasion. But you will clean the deck. Okay? For number 2. Hmm, I hope you can hear this one on board. Okay? What does abandoned ship mean? Okay? This is a very sad word. Very sad word. So is it A, abandoned ship? Oh my. So is it letter A, to leave the vessel due to an emergency? B, to change the ship's course? C, to start a voyage? And D, to conduct a drill? So whenever you hear this one, abandoned ship, abandoned ship, abandoned ship, the captain will announce this one. So, what does it mean? Oh my. Yeah, you have to leave the vessel due to an emergency. Maybe there's a fire on board. All right? There's a danger on board the ship. So you can hear this abandoned ship. You will leave the ship. You will leave the vessel due to an emergency. Yeah, it's so sad. It's so very sad word, okay, that you can hear. The Mayday, this one, abandoned ship. It's not really good to hear this on board. Okay? So let's just proceed. So what is a drug? I hope I pronounce it well. This is a type of anchor, a device used to slow a vessel. Is it a navigational instrument? Or is this a type of rope? So what is this? Drug. Okay? Is it? Yes. This is used to slow down a vessel? Is this deployed off the stern? This one is the drum. Used to slow down. Maybe this is used. Not maybe. This is usually used whenever there's something wrong with your engine. Okay? So, when you say drogue, this is a device used to slow down a vessel. Okay? Sorry. This one. Okay? So, when you hear this, fair lead, fair lead, what is the correct answer for that? Is it A? That is a type of knot. A fitting to guide a rope or wire. Is it the front of the ship? The correct procedure. Okay. We'll eliminate. A type of knot, when you say a knot, this is the speed unit, like 60 knots, 20 knots, 50 knots. That is a type of knot, type of speed unit. Okay. For B, a fitting to guide a rope or wire. And for letter C, the front of the ship is bow, what you call bow. And D, the correct procedure. So what is fair lead mean? A fitting to guide a rope or wire. Okay? So whenever you hear the word fair lead, that is a fitting to guide a rope or wire. Okay. So for number 5, what does fathom mean? Okay. Fathom. Is it a type of fish? B, a unit of depth? Okay. C, navigational tool? And D, a type of sail? So, what do you think is the correct answer for this? Fathom. Letter. Of course, definitely it's not a type of fish. Okay? So, what is the correct answer? It's letter. Yes, letter B. A unit of depth. The other one, unit of speed, is not. But for the depth, it's fathom. Okay? Again, still for number 4, activity number 4. This one is also a container type of vessel. This one. Okay? Okay. I mentioned this already. All right. So what does bow refer to? The rear of the ship, the front of the ship, the side of the ship, or the bottom of the ship? I mentioned this already. The bow, it's the, yes, it's the front. Okay? This one is the front part of a heavy transport vessel. The bow part. This one. This one. Bow. Okay? The front of the ship. This one. And this one. Okay? Okay. This type of vessel is a cruise ship. Right? You still recall? That is a cruise ship. So, a cruise ship is a large uh, passenger ship. Okay? That's what a cruise ship means. This is usually used for leisure voyages, travel, okay, from one place to another. Okay, so the voyage itself and the ship's amenities are really considered an essential part of this ship. The amenities like there is a mini resort on board, there is a bar on board, there is a restaurant on board, and a very nice room, cabin or cabin. Okay, it's very large. It's a very large ship. So the only difference between this and for the ferries, although ferries also carries passengers, but ferries are not equipped with amenities. Okay, that's the difference between the cruise ship and for the ferries. All right, and what do you call this? This one is really big, a large compared to ferries. Okay, so okay, let's go back. So this freeboard, what do you mean by freeboard? Okay, is it A, ship's speed, or B, the distance from the water line to the deck? This one, water line, and this one is the deck. This one, the first, this one, level. This one is the deck. So if this is the water line and this is the deck, okay, the distance for this is what you call freeboard. I already answered the question, everyone. Okay, so the weight of the ship's length, no. So the correct answer for this, freeboard, is the distance from the water line to the deck. So I already described. This is the water line from here, this one. This is the water line. And this is the bow. Okay? So, since this is the water line, and this is the deck, okay, from here to here is what you call free board. Okay? This is the anchor. This is the bridge. Okay? You will encounter, this is the bridge wings. This one and this one. Okay? I already described everything. So, this side is what? The starboard side. And the other side, the left part, is the port side. Okay. So, what else? Yes, this is the bridge wing. Okay. So, the freeboard is from here to the first deck. Okay. Next, what is a draft? This one is a bulk carrier. This one is the container. Okay. Bulk is a type of vessel. This is also a specialized type of vessel wherein dry materials are transported like grains or oil. Yeah, that's it. So, for the draft, what is it? Is it a type of rope? Is it the depth of the water? Is it the depth of the ship below the water line? Or is it the ship's engine power? What is the correct answer for this? It's The depth of the ship below the water line. So as I mentioned earlier, this one, the red line, is the water line. Okay? So, from the water line down to below the water line, below this red line, is what you call draft. The portion of the vessel that is submerged in the water is what you call draft. Okay? Again, the water line, the water line, which is with the red line here, below that is the draft. Okay? Next. Okay. Yes. Not. Can you see the speed of this? Okay, as you can see, it's quite fast, right? This one is steady, it's maintained. This one is much, much slower. What do you think? Than this one, right? This one is much faster than this one. So let's assume that this is traveling for 10 knots. And this one is 16 knots. So when you hear knot, this is a measure of course, it's the speed. Yes, you can always hear that. What is our speed? So if your officer will ask, what is our speed? Or the master will ask, what is the speed? What is our speed? You will answer 16 knots, 20 knots, sir, or 15 knots, sir. Okay? So, knot is for speed. Okay. Again, this is a cruise ship, right? Mhm. So, yes, as I mentioned earlier also, what does port mean? Right, left, front, or back? Yes. Left side, this one is the port because this is the bow, which is the front, aft, which is the back, and the other side is the starboard side, the right side. So, when you hear the word port side, it's this one. If you have this, the bow here, okay, and you are facing forward, this is your port side. All right? Cruise ship again. Another cruise ship. Yes, this is much, much clearer, okay? So, starboard, bow, starboard, right side, this one. And the left side is the port side, the other way around. The front is the bow, the back is the aft. So, this is the water line. Okay. So again, from this deck up to here is the freeboard. This one and this one, freeboard. Okay? And below that water line is draft. Okay? The draft. Yes. So, freeboard, below draft. Bow, front, aft, back, right, starboard, left side, port side. Okay? This is the bridge. This is the bridge wings. Okay? Okay. Another. What is a helm? Okay? Is it A, the ship's kitchen? I don't think so. B, the ship's steering wheel? And letter C, the ship's anchor? And D, the ship's communication system? So, what do you think is helm? This one is definitely not the correct answer. Is it B, C, or D? This one is what we call the helm, the ship's steering wheel. Okay? All right. So, hold on with the helm. This one, the ship's steering wheel. Okay? Log. Yes, you always have this one because this one is very important. Log. The logbook. Okay? Always, this is your, oh, I almost mentioned the correct answer. The record of the ship's journey. Is it B, a type of wood you used on ships? C, a tool for measuring the depth? Or ship's kitchen? Well, definitely, as you can see here in the picture, this is the record book. Okay? A record of the ship's journey, not just like the ship's journey, but everything. You have to record it through this logbook. Everyone who is on duty, everyone who is on duty in the front or gangway, okay, you have to record this one. Or the visitors that will come in or that goes up, the pilot, the port authorities, everyone. Okay, you have to record everything. You log. Okay? Okay. Master station. Okay. What does master station means? Okay, for letter a place for cargo. B, a designated meeting point during emergencies. C, the captain's office. And D, the ship's maintenance area. So what do you think master station mean? It is a place for cargo inspection, or is it a designated meeting point during emergencies, or is it a captain's office or the ship's maintenance area? So, what is the correct answer? Okay. A muster station is a designated or assigned meeting area during emergencies. Okay? So whenever, for example, there's a storm or a bad weather condition and the ship is already experiencing the bad weather condition. And if the master will think that uh, there is a danger of everyone on board, you go to the master station because that is the assigned meeting area, meeting point during emergencies for easier, what you call this, countdown for the crew. Okay, for as long as there's emergencies, like for example, there's a fire rate, there is a master station that uh we're in, it's assigned to where the crew will go during that kind of situation. Okay, master station. I'm sure everyone already had an idea where, what part of the ship you where you're going. Okay, this is a part of the safety education on board, a drill. Okay, master station. Oh, we're already on our activity number 5. So, still with the practical application of words on board the ship. Now, from activity number 1 to activity number 4, there's a lot of words already, okay, mentioned or discussed. So, I hope you can still recall and you just watch the video from time to time, okay, because those words are really, really commonly used on board. So, for number 1, it says here that what does leeward mean? Okay, is it A, that is the side of the ship facing the wind? Okay. B, that is the side of the ship sheltered from the wind. Okay. Letter C, the front of the ship. B, a D, I'm sorry, the back of the ship. Definitely this is not the correct answer. The front of the ship is the bow part and the back of the ship is the aft part. So, it's only between A and B. Okay? Leeward. Are you Is it the side of the ship facing the wind, or the side of the ship sheltered from the wind? So you can only choose two, A or B. Yes. So it's letter B. The side of the ship sheltered from the wind. That is what leeward mean. Okay? The side of the ship sheltered from the wind. Okay? So, windward. Mhm. So, definitely not this two. And the one sheltered is the leeward. So, we only have letter A for our answer. It's the side of the ship facing the wind. Yes. So, leeward, the side of the ship sheltered from the wind. Windward, the side of the ship facing the wind. Okay? Very simple, right? Leeward, sheltered from the wind. Windward, you are facing the wind, that part of the ship. Okay. Mhm. Oh, anchor. Yes, very simple. Anchor. So that is a device used to steer the ship? I don't think so. Is this the device used to communicate with other ships? No. This is a device used to hold the ship in place, or a device used to measure the ship's speed. I know. You got the correct answer. Letter C. Of course, you have to use this one to hold the ship in place. That is why you will drop this one. For example, there's still, or the port is still busy. Okay? So there is no space yet for the vessel to unload the cargo on that port. So, you will be instructed to drop your anchor from, you will be given a distance, okay? Or whenever, another scenario, whenever there's a bad weather condition. So you are not allowed to, to dock because, or to go near the port because of the swell, okay? So, you are instructed to drop anchor from that distance to from the port. Okay? So, in order for this anchor to hold the ship in place. Okay? That's what what an anchor is. The purpose of this. Okay? To hold the ship in place. Okay. So, yes, this one. The capstan. Remember, I mentioned a winch or a capstan. Okay. Here is the explanation for this. A capstan, okay, is it a type of rope? Is it a type of knot? A rotating machine used to hold in ropes or cables? Or this is a type of sail? Okay, I will answer this right away. Yes, this is a rotating machine used to hold in ropes and cables. Okay, so this is the capstan, this one. Okay, whenever this is functional, okay, this will rotate wherein these ropes are placed. Okay, whether if you are instructed to release or to hold or what, the ropes or cables, small cables or wires. So this is the capstan. This is a rotating device, okay, to hold in. Okay, now this one is the winch. Okay, I forgot something. For the capstan, this one, this is only used for lighter load, right? Capstan. And for this, okay, a winch is, okay, I will answer right away. A mechanical device used to pull in or let out a rope, cable, or wire. That's why it says a winch or a capstan. Okay? Only the difference of the two is maybe it's the material that is used. This one is more of a heavy metal, while the capstan is a lighter, or maybe this one is a stainless made. Okay? But this one is used for lighter materials only. Ropes, lighter cables, and wires. This one. Okay? But for the windlass, as I mentioned, used for heavy loads. Okay? Like for the anchor, to drop anchor and to raise the anchor. Okay. Ah, yeah. Here, I have here. This one is the windlass. A specialized winch for raising and lowering anchors. That is the correct answer, by the way. I already mentioned the answer. Okay, so that this is the windlass used for heavy, really have heavy cables, basically for raising and lowering the anchors. Okay, that's what windlass means. Okay, house house pipe, house pipe. I think. Okay, this is a pipe for carrying fresh water or be a channel in the hull for the anchor chain, a ventilation duct. or an emergency exit. So what is a house pipe mean? Okay, I will give you an idea. This is the house pipe. Okay, so this is the correct answer for this is letter B. All right. So this is a channel, or that is a way, or that is a hole in the hull, okay, for the anchor chain. Okay, this is where the anchor chain is, what do you call this? Uh, Lodge. Okay, here. So whenever the anchor is dropped, okay, that is what you call the house pipe. Okay, this one. So whenever it's raised, the anchor is raised, it will again flow here, the house pipe. Okay, so that is a channel in the hull for the anchor chain. Okay, okay. What is a fair way? There's a lateral I'm sorry, there's a lateral marks, there's a starboard marks, there's a safe water marks, and an isolated danger marks. So whenever you see this, it's an isolated danger marks. And for this is safe. Okay? And this one, the port marks. And this one, left is the port. And the starboard is, I'm sorry, excuse me. The starboard is the right side. Okay? So, what is a fair way? Is it a type of weather pattern? B, the main navigational channel? C, a type of cargo? And D, is it a dining area? Definitely not this one. Okay. So what is the correct answer for that? It's the main navigational channel. Okay? So, whenever you see this type of markings, so you know that it's isolated. There is something danger on that part. So, do not pass that part. Okay? And whenever you see this, you are free. You are safe to pass that way. Okay? And for this part, it's still okay because always remember that port side is your left side. And for the starboard, that is your right side. So that is what a fairway means. The main navigational channel. Okay? Okay. So what does adrift mean? Adrift. The ship A is sailing at high speed. B, the ship is not under control and is drifting. And C, the ship is anchored securely. And D, the ship is docked. So, what do you think is the correct meaning of adrift? Is it A, B, C, or D? Like what, for example, now the ship it is drifting. The ship is not under control and is drifting. Sometimes this one, it's just floating, drifting. Okay? So the ship is not under control, meaning the engine is not not functioning, or shall I say it's off. Okay? So it's drifting. That's what adrift mean. Okay? It's just floating, just going with the current. But you have to be careful also with with this with this part, on this part. Okay? Drifting. Still, you have to keep watch. Okay? Where you're where you are brought by the current. Okay? So still you have to keep watch. All right. So also here, amid ships. Okay, on the picture, it's this one is the deck. Okay. Yes, this one is the bow, the front. This is the ship's side. Yes, and the bottom, it's the draft. Okay. So keel is this one, the bottom part, and the deck is this one. Okay. When we say amidships, this one amidships, is it A, on either side of the ship? Is it in the middle of the ship? Is it toward the stern or toward the bow? So, amidships. This is in the middle of the ship, like the water line. Okay? From water line to the deck is the freeboard, right? Below the water line is the draft. Okay? So when you say amidships, from the word mid, in the middle of the ship. Okay? Okay. So again, this is a cruise ship. So as you can see, there is a resort over here, right? If maybe inside there's a floating, there's a restaurant inside, and these are the cabins or the cabins. Okay, so what does course mean in navigation? Is it A, the ship's speed? B, is it the ship's intended direction of travel? And C, the ship's location? And D, the ship's size? So, what do you mean by course during navigation? Okay? That is what you call letter B, the ship's intended direction of travel. Like, for example, this one is coming from Singapore port, and she is going to Malaysia. So that course or that direction is from Singapore to Malaysia. That is what you call course. Okay? The ship's intended direction of travel. All right? Okay. What does dead ahead mean? For example, in the picture, this is the ship. Okay? Whenever you hear dead ahead, what is that? A. Directly behind the ship. B. Directly in front of the ship. Or to the left of the ship. Or to the right of the ship. So, whenever you hear a dead ahead, what does it mean? It's directly in front of the ship. This one is the ship directly in front of the ship. That is dead ahead. Okay? That is what it means. Dead ahead. Directly in front of the ship. Okay? Okay. Oh my, we're done. So, we have lots of examples of words used in on board the ship wherein those are very important. Okay? So, for now, uh, we're done. Yes, for now we're done with our practical words used or commonly used on board the ship. So, uh, you have lots of examples and meaning of that. You just have to go over that because those are very important, of especially for the seafarers. Okay, to go on board. And because of the safety, to have an efficient work on board, to have a smooth sailing operations on board, you have to know that. Okay, you have to bear it in mind that those words are really, really important, and that is a way for everyone to have a better communication with each other. Okay, so just go over it, and then understand the meaning, and then you have to pronounce it also for better understanding. All right, so by next week, no, by on the 17th week, I'll see you all again for my promise to discuss about the different types of vessels. So, as much as I can, I will explain it, I will discuss it in a very simple manner. All right? So, I'll see you all everyone on the 17th week for our day 1. And okay, so bye for now and study all your lessons. All right? So, this is again your teacher for today. I'm Shelly. So, have a good week ahead and see you all after a week. Okay, bye.